Token Vaping, employed with Pacific Vapes. Today's juice review is, as you can tell, I'm not sure if you can see it. I don't know why I always get this reversed. It is from Harlequinn Premium Ejuice. Now, they were gracious enough to send my boss and I their line to sample out, and I'm doing this review out of enjoyment and for to help further promote this brand. This brand, it has gone through a relabeling. I know they did update the graphics on their labels for the better. The new labels on their bottles look amazing. It is just a well put together line, and I want you guys to know about it. As I stated, the company name is called Harlequinn. Thank you very much, Holly, for all your assistance in this and allowing me to do this review on your line. They do send you the flavor menu, which is this right here, and as you can see, they do provide a phone number so that you can actually contact them directly. They do have a website at harlequinnejuice.com. They also can be contacted. The phone number is for americadistribution.com. It's mericadist.com. It's just basically kind of like another wholesale or retail website for them. The main line themselves, there is a 6-flavor line with this brand. This is their normal lines. They did also come out, if any of you have been following them on Instagram or contacted anybody that does carry their line, they did come out with 2 special flavors for the holiday season, Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and I'll touch on those here in a second. Their main 6 lines is, the names for them is Normandy, which is a banana pudding and vanilla, Trickster, which is called, the flavor is called Da Loops. Basically, it's like the cereal. Trivelino is a frosted lemon pound cake. Inamorata is a coconut Macroon. Argyle is Apple Jaxx. And Romantic Hero is a strawberry milk. First and foremost, all 6 of these flavors are spot on. I mean, this is probably one of the most solid, on-point flavor lines that I've had the pleasure of doing a review on. Again, not to say that anything negative about any other line that's out there. However, in my opinion, every single one of these flavors is on point. I mean, everything that it's supposed to taste like, should taste like, is going to taste like, makes you think what it's going to taste like, it does. Absolutely 100%. I don't have any issues as far as the flavor aspect of it. Like I said, most of them are dead on point. Their facility is lab tested for harmful substances. All the ingredients that they use are FDA approved ingredients. Now, before I get further with that, I don't want people to watch this video and say, oh, well, he said that they're FDA approved. The ingredients that they use in their juice have been approved by the FDA as far as they're already approved ingredients. Harlequinn then takes those ingredients, and that's what they use to put in their juice. That's not to say that the FDA has come in, examined the juice itself, and said, okay, we approve this, because obviously with everything that's going on right now, we're still fighting to get everything passed and supported for vaping as a whole. However, the ingredients that they use have been approved by the FDA as a whole. They do use 100% USP kosher grade PG and VG. They do not use any artificial sweeteners at all. They don't believe in it, don't see a point in it, and just don't want to waste the time in it because it does greatly affect the flavor of their juice. It is a max VG. I believe it's an 80-20 mixture. It is also can be used in a sub-ohm vaping as well. So people who prefer using tanks, this definitely will work on there as well. On their website, they offer 4 different nic levels and 3 bottle sizes. The bottle sizes are a 30 ml, which you can get for $16.99, a 60 ml, which is $28.99, and a 120 ml for $52.99. Definitely a good deal on all 3 sizes. It is definitely worth the investment. They also offer, as I stated, 4 nic levels, a 0, a 3, a 6, and a 12. So they don't go super high with the nicotine level just because that's not what they're trying to promote. However, they do realize that, you know, people still do vape with nicotine like myself and most vapors. However, we don't vape high levels, just enough to at least still get that nicotine craving, so to speak. Without further ado, I want to show you the bottles for their juice line. As I stated, these were enhanced. I do apologize, I don't have an older bottle with an older sticker on it, but however, these are definitely a good step up. They're just very classy looking. They're just it's a beautiful picture. They use the Harlequinn masks from old. If you've ever seen, like, you know, old Mardi Gras, old era times when they had big ballroom banquets and costume balls and things like that, these were the type of masks that people invested in and that they used. And just on the labels, they are just amazing looking. It's a beautiful piece of work. It also has the name on it, nic level there, their logo. Right underneath, it actually has the name of the flavor, website. It says Max PG. It has a use by date, which is pretty cool, so it lets you know that, you know, they are trying to send you quality product and not old stuff that's been sitting on the shelf for, you know, 4, 5, 6 months. The mandatory warning label ingredients. It has the bottle size on the top and then a scan barcode on here, which I'm going to naturally assume, like everybody else is starting to get into, it's more for a batch or a lot code, so that they can basically, if there is a problem with it, you know, if they need to trace it back to its beginning and its roots, you know, they can figure out what batch it came from to make sure that, you know, there isn't something that got into that specific batch, or that there isn't any further problems with them, so that they can take care of it. They do come safety sealed. They all had a plastic safety ring on them. They do have the child safety cap on the eyedropper. So again, you know, especially with all of the problems and everything that are going on with vaping as a whole, especially with the Congress and the government and everything else, you know, they are taking steps to ensure that what they send you is high shelf, high quality, without having to charge you an arm and a leg, but they ensure that, you know, all the safety aspects of it are followed, so that you're not getting something that is really sketchy looking or can just add to the ignorance or the propaganda that is surrounding the negative aspects of vaping. With that said, as I stated, all 6 of these flavors definitely on point. I honestly, but while setting up the video, while thinking of what I was going to say about this company, I honestly was trying to think of something negative. Not to say that I'm looking for something bad to say about them. Please don't take it that way. However, like with anything else, the more positive you are about something and the greater you say something is, people are always going to question that. You know, as far as to, oh, well, he's sponsored by them, or, you know, they go out of their way to do this for him, that's why he says that, you know. And maybe that's why most juice companies don't sponsor reviewers like myself and things like that, because they don't want the false pretense to go out there that, oh, because he's sponsored by us, everybody's going to believe that what he says is basically because he gets stuff from us. And I can respect that. But no, you know, there really isn't anything. The only negative thing I could say about this line, it would be from you if it was a flavor that you didn't like. For instance, my favorite one out of the set that I got to sample out of this is the Romantic Hero. Why? Because it's strawberry. Imagine that. But it's the strawberry milk flavor. This is my pick for out of the 6 as to my favorite. Now, if you don't like strawberry, you may try this and be like, you know, I don't like it. It doesn't taste good to me. That would be something negative, but it would be because of a personal preference. However, beyond that, I'll be honest with you, there isn't really a whole lot of negative side points to this line, and that's a good thing. It basically just goes to show, you know, obviously whatever they're doing right, and they just need to continue doing that, and it's definitely a feather in their cap. So I'm going to show you the vaping ability of this. This is the strawberry milk, and I don't know if you can see it, but it is a pretty thick liquid, so you definitely know you're going to be getting, you know, some clouds out of this, which is a very good thing. But it's not watery, it's not run down, doesn't come off like just basically flavored water. So with that said, as always, I'm on a 56. you can see, great clouds, just solid, and they're thick and on point. Some juices, even though they have a thicker ratio for the VG, sometimes when you exhale it and you see the clouds, they seem sometimes a little thinner. I don't know if maybe it's just me, or it might just be the device that I'm using, because that's one thing that a lot of vapors don't realize, or may not think about. The way that my Addy Cube on my Sigelei 150, that runs completely different than if somebody's using, a flawless Addy on, a Smoke Cube 2 box. Everything runs differently. Even if you have the same build, the devices are still going to power differently, so you're definitely going to get a different taste out of it. You're going to get a different cloud kick out of it and things like that. So, I mean, again, this comes down to the vapor's preference, their choice, their style. So I just want to make sure that people understand that, just because I totally am in love with this strawberry milk on this device, you may have something else that, definitely runs differently on it, that you may not get the same feel for it that I did, so I want to make sure that people understand that, and that they realize that I'm not trying to say that this is definitely going to be the best tasting juice across the board on any device, any Addy. Depending on what type of build you have, depending on what type of device you have, it's definitely going to run a bit differently, depending on what you run. Well, even on if you have the same device, it still is going to run differently if you go to a different setting. However, with that being said, let me take this up to 66. Clouds get thicker, flavor just gets more enhanced. Harlequinn, you guys definitely hit on point with this line. It is an amazing line. It is a great vape altogether. The strawberry, for some people, might be a little stronger than they're used to, compared to some of other flavors that I've vaped on that is strawberry flavored. This definitely has a little bit stronger of a kick to start with. I like it because I like strawberry, so I'm cool with that. But somebody else who likes subtle strawberry might think it's a little much to start with, but it does smooth out so that it's not a super sweet in your face the entire vape. Cloud production is amazing across the board on any of them. My boss enjoyed a couple of the other ones. He wasn't as big on the strawberry as I am, but he definitely got the same cloud production out of his end as well. We were both very impressed with his line. So Harlequinn and Holly, good job on this, guys. Real quick, I just want to touch on their flavor line for the holidays. As I stated, they are promoting two of them. They are the Mr. and Mrs. Claus, as you can tell right there, obviously. Mrs. Claus definitely looks worth it. Mr. Claus is a gingerbread cookie and eggnog icing. Now, I was kind of skeptical when I read the flavor because I'm not a huge gingerbread person. I do like eggnog in small amounts. However, vape-wise, you don't really taste the gingerbread as strong as you might think. The eggnog icing definitely adds the sweetness, but it's more of a creamy sweetness. It's not a straight like sugar or like the icing on a regular cupcake or something like that. But it's definitely it definitely offsets the ginger taste quite nicely. So altogether, it's actually a pretty solid dessert vape if you're looking for something different like that. The eggnog, obviously, just in lieu of the holiday. Mrs. Claus is an almond hazelnut brittle. Big fan. I didn't think I would be, just because I like peanut butter, but I'm not a big peanut butter brittle or peanut brittle. The brittle, the sugar and the sweetness of it is always just a bit much for me. I like almond taste, and the hazelnut was just enough to give it a little bit of richness to offset the almond and the brittle, the sweetness on the brittle. Altogether, again, it is a very smooth, comfortable vape. Both of them still kick just as good of a cloud plume as the rest of the line, but they are unique flavors. They are being advertised with a limited run. They don't specifically state how long they're going to offer them for. So obviously it's definitely going to be through the holidays. Maybe depending on how much feedback they get off of it or how well they sell, maybe they might keep them around longer. But I believe they're meant to just be a temporary for the holidays flavor, and then they go back to their main six. So maybe they'll do a different flavor later on in the year for a different holiday. However, I do want to definitely thank Holly and Harlequinn for allowing me to do this video. Again, like I said, you guys have an amazing line. The juice flavors are just on point and just amazing. The vape on them is incredible. I've been vaping on these for the past couple of days, just getting used to it and enjoying it, and I haven't had a problem with any of them. I haven't gotten that vape out or having too much flavor at one time, so it gets too much for me, so I have to either stop vaping or switch to something else. It's definitely a line that I could vape all day. Like I said, the strawberry milk is a great one. I don't want to give the wrong one. The Trickster and Argyle, the Apple Jaxx and Da Loops, they were both pretty cool as well, just because they were a little more on point as far as flavor-wise, so as soon as you vaped them, you knew what they were supposed to be. But overall, updated packaging, attention to detail as far as the quality and the safety aspect of it with the safety seals and everything else. Solid flavor, great plumes. If I had to rate this, definite 5 stars across the board. Nothing about this line is in my opinion enough of a negative or a negative at all to where that it's not worth trying. Absolutely, if your shop doesn't carry it, ask them to reach out, contact Harlequinn, ask for a sample set, ask for, even if you don't want to carry all the flavors, even a couple of the flavors will definitely be a good sell. If they already have them and you just haven't had a chance to try the line, absolutely give them a shot. Give it a try. You might find something about it that is different for you, or you might find something about it that makes you realize why you like a specific flavor. It's definitely just overall, it is a great line to be able to add to a collection, add to a store stock. But definitely give it a shot if you're in the area or you're able to reach out to them, or if you know somebody that carries them. I believe they're based out of Idaho, so anywhere around the west, northwest, southwest, you definitely have an easier shot at them. But I do know that they reach out further than that as well. Again, Harlequinn Ejuices, thank you so very much. This was a great opportunity. You have a great line on your hands. I just want to take a quick moment and I want to thank each and every person in the vaping community. Whether you know me directly, whether you know me indirectly, whether it's through my Instagram page, my YouTube, my Facebook, through somebody that knows me, whatever. The amount of support, love, and care that I have been getting just as a whole is just amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. All it does is just make me want to do better, make me want to do more, and make me want to show my support for the vaping community as much more as I can. I do apologize for the scruffiness. November is almost over, so I'll finally be able to shave. However, for all the new people that have been subscribing to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. All the new followers, all current followers, friends of followers, things like that, I can't thank you guys enough. I am totally all about the vaping community. I'm in full support of the vaping community. So if there's anything that I can do to help anybody else, anything, reach out to me, tokenvaping@gmail.com. Let me know. I will do everything that I can. I do know there was a little bit of confusion. I did have to set up a separate Instagram page. It's under Token Vapes. That's Token VAPEZ. It is a temporary page. Hopefully I'll get my original one back up and running. But that is me as well. With that said, Harlequinn, thank you again very much. I appreciate all that you've done for me and my shop to be able to test your line, and hopefully other people will see this and they will try your line and enjoy it as much as we did. Until next time, guys, Token Vaping, employed with Pacific Vapes. Vape on, vape strong. Have a good day.